Sunanda Pushkar Death Case update coming in, where Delhi court discharges Congress MP Shashi Tharoor. Shashi Tharoor exonerated of all charges. Big update coming in on the Sunanda Pushkar Death Case. Shashi Tharoor has been exonerated of all charges by the Delhi court. Meenakshi joining us with more. Meenakshi, over to you for the details on this big news that we're sharing at the moment.
Well, Afrida, this was the case which had seen a lot of debate and scrutiny in public domain. And just moments back, as a matter of fact, we are still in the midst of the pronouncement here. The Delhi court has gone ahead and dropped charges which included abetment to suicide charge against Congress MP Mr. Shashi Tharoor in the Sunanda Pushkar death case. So with this, Mr. Tharoor has been exonerated of all charges. Discharge essentially means the court could not find enough merits in the prosecution's arguments to go ahead with framing of charges against the said MP in this case, and therefore it has decided to go ahead and discharge Shashi Tharoor. So it's a big shot in the arm coming for Mr. Shashi Tharoor, who has long pleaded his no wrongdoing in this case. We have seen a matter play out in the Delhi trial court for a fair bit of time. Last time also it was slated for orders, but the judge had adjourned it for a next date of hearing, which was today. And just moments back, this particular court has said that it is going ahead and discharging Mr. Shashi Tharoor of all charges, including abetment to suicide, because clearly there is not enough material against him that justifies his trial.
All right, Meenakshi, what would be the importance of this decision, given the fact that Shashi Tharoor has been subjected, of course, to a lot of suspicion on his role in this case? Now, legally speaking, what would be the next step?
Well, the next step is for the prosecution to mull over and decide, because clearly this is a discharge. Discharge means it is even bigger than an acquittal, because for an acquittal to happen, the trial process actually has to commence. And for a discharge, it means that the court does not even deem the charges or the allegations against Mr. Tharoor fit enough to warrant or give a green signal for the trial process to also commence. So that's the difference between a discharge and acquittal. A discharge is bigger in many ways for the accused than an acquittal, because for a discharge to happen, that means the court has to not find any material of any substantive value to order for the trial process to even commence. So this is definitely a big shot in the arm, a vindication and a validation of Shashi Tharoor. We have seen this case, like you rightly mentioned, bring him under a lot of suspicion, media debate and scrutiny. And clearly today, he can emerge out of all of that victorious, Frida.
Yes, he can emerge out of this victorious. We'll wait and see now what reactions come in. Like you said, it is for the prosecution now to decide on the next course of action, whether they like to take this further. But the Delhi court has exonerated Shashi Tharoor, which means all charges against, he's been cleared of all charges that were leveled against him in this case, cleared of any sort of involvement in the death of Sunanda Pushkar.